Okay, let's spend the next few minutes to discuss the state of electricity with Sunday Odusi, who is an executive director at the Association of Electricity Distributors. Of course, the word press briefing you saw there earlier for today has been cancelled. The way ahead has been rescheduled for next week. But what's happening behind the closed doors? Let's get him in here to talk to us and bring us up to speed. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. So where are we at the moment?
Well, as of yesterday, the total generation was 3,103 megawatts, which is very, very low, very, very poor. But let me quickly start by, on behalf of all the discos, I wish to apologize to Nigerians for the very poor electric power supply. For us, we wish to supply with power. We wish we can do anything about it, but we cannot because we're distributors. But let me quickly explain what it is. Now, first of all, pipeline vandalism affects electricity generation because most of the power stations are gas-fired. So once they burst the pipeline, then you have denied the power station the crucial gas to generate electricity. Now, lack of gas affects generation, lack of generation or low generation, and of course, poor transmission facilities affects distribution. So which means we can only give what we have. We can't give what we don't have. So for us, once they cannot generate and transmit the same to us, there's nothing for us to distribute. That's the thing about the poor electricity at the moment. We can't do anything about it.
There are a few areas.
Yes.
As far as the chronic debtor is concerned, is the Vice President weighing in on this?
Yes, he is, but the matter has got to a point that we are getting very impatient about it, and I'll tell you what I mean. I mean, the debt for now is about 93 billion because it's 17.6 billion when you look at the 10% being charged by embed. Because the problem with us is that we are not able to pay for the electricity that we purchase. We are not able to pay 100% the price of the electricity that we purchase every month. So the debt is going up, is huge, and I have to acknowledge the effort of the Vice President and the Minister of Power. But as of today, nothing on the table. So we will have no option than to consider taking an action. For instance, the military alone, as at this morning, are owing out 45.1 billion naira. This is unacceptable. This is not good for the country. This is killing the industry. We are dying. That is the truth. The system will collapse. And we are collecting on behalf of all the other stakeholders in the value chain. It's not about us. Only 25% of this goes to us. We have to pay the gas suppliers.
So, in other words, what's the Vice President doing? Yes, he weighed in initially, tried to reach an agreement between the debtors and the power distributors, but has those talks collapsed?
Well,
what has been done again to get it done?
The talk has not collapsed, but my own fear is that it has taken too long. Only last week, the Vice President's office contacted my office in Abuja and asked us to submit some data, which we have done as of Friday last week. We've done a similar thing in the past, but they now came back to us and said, okay, we should, they sent us a template so that they could be able to separate ministry by ministry, MDA by MDA.
Yes.
We've done that, and we're still waiting for them to do something. But what gives me a bit of fear is that, unless I'm missing something here, looking at the budget, the new budget, I cannot see any allowance being made for the MDA debts. And to us, that is crucial. If there's no allowance on how they're going to pay this debt, how will they pay the debt? So we're saying, pay the debt. We shouldn't be going on and on all this bureaucracy. For how long? People are using power, go to Ikeja cantonment, they have light, they're using light, they're not paying for it. How long can we do this for? The industry will collapse.
Let's spend 1 or 2 minutes about the new tariffs. What's the latest about that? You've been asked not to raise tariffs.
Oh, the tariff thing. First of all, historically, the tariff that we've had were not enough to meet the costs and, of course, our payment obligation. But this new tariff, of course, is just a step in the journey. It's not really totally cost reflective, but at least a lot better than what we had. But even this has been resisted. But the worst thing is that even with the new tariff and with low energy supply, even the little energy that we've been able to supply, people are not paying. But when people don't have light, and they have light for only 2 hours, even that 2 hours they will not pay. Even we are paying for that. But the problem is that it's like a vicious cycle.
I need to ask this question
Yes.
because if you look in the newspapers, you find some of your members, the power firms, issuing adverts, newspaper for public information about those who tap electricity illegally. So it's not just because the military and the MDAs are owing. There are perhaps hundreds and thousands, perhaps more than that, of Nigerians who tap oil illegally and they're responsible for part of your problem.
It's a big problem. The issue of power theft has gone up, and it's still growing, and it's all over. And this is one of the things that we're saying, that when people keep on stealing energy, they are actually denying the industry the crucial revenue. And by denying the crucial revenue, what they are doing again is that they are denying the opportunity to be able to have enough funds to invest back into the system. Okay. So it's a vicious cycle.
We have just 1 minute. And talk to us about the World Press briefing that you canceled today. Why did you cancel it?
Oh, we canceled that because we had a very crucial meeting with MBET, which all my CEOs have to attend in Abuja. And the press conference is taking place in Lagos. So we have rescheduled for Tuesday next week.
So the meeting with the MBET is today?
It's today at 12 noon, yes. Crucially about the issue of debt. We are really in a serious problem because we are not able to pay 100% for the energy that we buy.
You owing the government. Government agencies are owing you.
We are not owing the government.
You owing the government.
No.
MBET is a government agency.
MBET is not collecting on behalf of government. MBET is just standing between us and the other stakeholders in the power value
Where the
chain.
government owes some percentages of the discos.
Well,
yes. So
yes.
You're running at a deficit.
We are all running at a deficit because of the funding gap.
Sounds like a vicious cycle.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said earlier on.
Very interesting.
What we have now is a very unfortunate situation. We need the government to provide a mechanism towards funding the industry shortfall. The Nigerian bank system cannot fund it anyway. So we're in a serious crisis. And until something is done, one day we just wake up, no light.
Oh, at least, okay, you owe the banks. Okay, I got that correct. It was a very interesting situation and not a laughing matter. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that. Very short but straight to the point. Sunday Odusi, who is the executive director at the Association of Electricity Distributors. The woman who is coming next into the studios is one of the contributing editors of the iconic new report, 130 pages about doing business in Nigeria. How do they arrive at the rankings and the classification of the companies? And do you have all it takes to be on that program? That list, we'll talk about that. Chi Elizabeth is joining us in 2 minutes.